Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboard. I'm going to be doing my review for the 1987 movie A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. So this movie picks up a few years after the events of the first one and pretty much ignores the second one and follows Nancy as she is trying to help a group of teenagers that are in this mental hospital, and they're having nightmares about Freddy. Some of them have been dying off, getting killed by Freddy. So Nancy is trying to team up with the surviving teens and help them take on Freddy one last time. This is a really, really good movie. I actually really love this one quite a bit. It's easily one of the best in the franchise, if not the best. I've always kind of leaned more towards the first one, but upon rewatch, that's kind of changed a little bit. I think I do like this one just a teeny tiny bit more on rewatch, but it is a really, really great movie, and I shouldn't be surprised at how good this one is. I always forget how much I love it, but it's co-written by director Chuck Russell, who does a good job directing the movie, but it's also written by Wes Craven and Frank Darabont, who would later go on to work on The Green Mile and The Shawshank Redemption, and every movie that man's directed I've loved. And Chuck Russell, the director of this movie, everything I've seen him direct I've liked quite a bit, although the only movie that's came close to being as good as this, or maybe better, is The Mask. He's never really made it as big with big hits, but I've liked other movies he's directed, like Eraser with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he does a great job with this movie too. And the cast in here are all once again excellent. You got Heather Langenkamp once again back as Nancy, and she is just absolutely perfect. She acts like she never really left the role, except Nancy, of course, has grown a lot since the events of the previous movie. And she's still really good in here, though. And then you have Patricia Arquette as our new main character, because Nancy is more of a supporting role, but Patricia Arquette is really good in here too as Kristen, who she didn't come back for part 4, but she's still pretty good in here. I really liked her. And then you got Kincaid, who is just a very likable character, and Joey and Taryn and Philip. All of these characters are just really likable, and each and every single one of them you like them and you don't want to see them die, which is very rare for a slasher movie, especially a third movie in a franchise where you don't really care about most of the characters that die. This one you actually do, and even the ones that do die, you hate seeing them die. Especially, I can't remember which one, the name of the guy, because I always forget their names, but the one that dies with the puppet kill, that's one of my favorite kills in the entire franchise, and probably my favorite kill in the whole movie, where Freddy uses his veins as like these marionettes and has him walk off the tower. I love that scene. It's just very brutal, and the visual effects in this movie are amazing. They have some of the best practical effects, and there is some claymation effects that don't hold up quite as well, but compared to some of the terrible CGI we get nowadays, I'd rather see that than this, to be honest, because at least claymation effects and stuff, at least they're still real to an extent. But I think that the visuals hold up very, very well in this movie, and it has a lot of awesome sets and stuff as well throughout the movie, especially the dream scene sets at the end of the movie when they're all in the dream world taking on Freddy and stuff. I love the whole third act of this movie. That's really what makes this movie as good as it is. And I know some people don't like that Nancy dies in this one. Yeah, I'm kind of mixed on it. I would have liked to see her live, but I also get what they were doing. They felt like they needed to move on, and this was, I don't know that Heather Langenkamp really would have wanted to do more of them anyway. I don't know 100%, but I think this one was a decent sequel, and I think that everybody in here was great. And then you got Robert Englund once again as Freddy, and he is excellent in this one. I think I like him a little more in the first one. He's more mysterious and in the shadows and stuff. But he's actually on screen in this one a lot. You see him a lot more. There's a lot more kills in this one compared to the first movie. The second one had more kills though, but less Freddy. This one has more Freddy and more kills. And he's still really terrifying and creepy and stuff, which is awesome and everything. But he also starts having his one-liners where he's starting to be kind of funny too. In this one, he doesn't go as over the top on being funny as he does in some of the later sequels, but I like funny Freddy, but I like scary Freddy more. But I love how this movie blends funny and scary Freddy perfectly. Like, this is the only movie to blend them absolutely perfectly. Although Part 4 blends them pretty well too. But I really do, all in all, just really love this movie. The third act alone, it just makes this movie worth watching because it has such a good third act and everything. The whole thing with the doctor and Nancy's dad trying to find the bones in the graveyard, the teens fighting Freddy in the dream world, all of that is just a lot of fun to watch, and you get some of the best kills in the franchise too. You got, like I mentioned, the puppet kill, but you also got the Welcome to Primetime Bitch kill where he pulls a girl into the TV. That scene is awesome. And then you got the one where he kills a girl with the drugs. That was pretty cool. And there's a lot of other really fun moments in this movie. Him pretending to be that nurse to trick Joey and stuff was pretty cool. Like I said, I love this movie. I think all in all, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors is easily one of, if not the best movie in the franchise. It's just a lot of fun, and the more and more I think about it, I think it might be my favorite in the franchise because it is just so good. And I always forget how good it is. So I'd say I'd give A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors I'm gonna go ahead and go all out and give it a full 10 out of 10 because it's just very enjoyable. And also, Lawrence Fishburne is in this movie too, one of his first movies and stuff, as well as one of the nurses, and he's really great in the little scenes that he's in. But I just wanted to mention that he looks and acts so much like one of the nurses I had when I was in the mental hospital last month that it's just crazy. Like, every time I was around that nurse, I kept thinking, like, man, you remind me of Lawrence Fishburne in the Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Like, the way he acts and stuff, like how he's nice to the patients and all that, and it just reminded me so much of him and everything. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first went to that mental hospital last month, I was a little bit terrified because of this movie. I kept thinking about this movie throughout the first few hours I was there and everything, but once I got in there, it was a lot better. But I'll talk about that some other time, maybe. I might talk about what it was like in a video sometime, but yeah, I absolutely love Nightmare on Elm Street 3. It's always been one of my favorites in the franchise. I've always said that I think I like the first one more, but after doing a lot of consideration, I do like this one a little bit more. It's just a really, really great entry in the franchise and everything. And this also happens to be my best friend Steven's favorite movie in the franchise, so this one's for you, bud, if you're watching. And anyway, so let me know in the comments what you think of A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.